A recent car repossession in Utah turned deadly after a 35-year-old mother of two attempted to flee from the repo man, who in turn took chase after the woman. The police report states that their vehicles reached speeds of 70 miles per hour on a 30-mile-per-hour road, and that the repossession agent even bumped the repo truck into the fleeing woman's car before she veered off the road and crashed into a tree, killing the woman. The police lieutenant who investigated the case was quoted as saying that he had never seen a repo agent be this aggressive. I've seen several references to this tragedy on Facebook, and I'm surprised at the high number of people commenting who blame the woman for putting herself in a situation that ultimately led to her death, as if she somehow deserved her fate because she was behind on her car payments and shouldn't have left in the car. As a consumer protection attorney, it isn't shocking to me that someone could fall behind on their car payments. A recent study at bankrate.com found that 76% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and that 46% had less than $800 in savings. It's easy to see how even a temporary reduction in income could lead to the desperate financial situation and could result in a situation where cars are being repossessed by the creditor. And while many in the online world were quick to state that she should have never left in the vehicle, some were even calling it stealing, it is at least understandable that someone might not make the best decisions when faced with losing what may be the only source of transportation for a family and the only way to get to work each day. The real issue with what happened in Utah is that the repossession agent chased after the woman when she left in the vehicle. While secured lenders are entitled to self-help and can repossess your car if you fall behind on your monthly payments, there are limits as to what they can do and even say when it comes to taking your car. Arizona's repossession laws mirror the laws of most states when it comes to taking a car back. Basically, the law says if you're not making your monthly payments, then the bank can take possession of your car, even if they don't have a court order to do so, so long as they don't breach the peace. The Arizona statutes don't define what it means to breach the peace, but the general rule is that a creditor cannot utilize force or threats, cannot enter into your residence without your consent, and cannot seize any property over the objection of a debtor. Arizona courts have even ruled that repo agents cannot bring a police officer with them when they come to repossess the car, even if the police officer does nothing more but stand there. And if they do, it invalidates the repossession. Other courts have held the following actions breach the peace: grabbing keys from the debtors and twisting an arm, pushing a door open and striking the debtor in the stomach, touching a resisting debtor to any extent, towing a car away while the debtor is still inside despite the debtor's protests, or even running over the debtor's foot with a car and flashing a gun. So what happens if a creditor doesn't follow the law and breaches the peace while they're repossessing your vehicle? First, the repossession can be invalidated and you can get your car back. Second, you can seek payment of damages based upon Arizona statutes and the actual damages that you incurred. On many occasions, I've had clients tell me that the repo agent that came to take their car told them that if they didn't turn their car over, they would be charged with a felony and face jail time and fees. While it is true that Arizona has a law that makes it a felony to unlawfully fail to turn over a car that is subject to a security interest, there are very specific requirements that must first be met before you could ever be charged with a crime. First, you must be at least 90 days past due. Second, the bank or other lender has sent you written notice via certified mail return receipt that you are 90 days past due in making a payment and are considered in default. And the third thing is that you have to fail to get caught up on the payments within the following 30 days after you get that notice. Only if all three of these elements are met and then you fail to turn the vehicle over do you run the risk of having a felony charge. And truth be known, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office rarely prosecutes these crimes. A problem I hear frequently is that repo agents will throw this statute around as if merely refusing to turn over a car results in the felony charge. As you can see, there are very specific requirements and time frames that must expire in order for there to be any criminal liability. There are plenty of people who have fallen on hard times and had to deal with the threat of repossession of their car. In Arizona, to be without a car really leaves you stranded, as the public transportation system has a lot to be desired. It's important to know your rights and not allow a bully repo agent to force you into a situation that you can avoid, and as shown in the Utah case that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, can have tragic consequences. Thanks for watching.